Hola y bienvenido a Learn Spanish en SpanishDict.com. Soy Paralee Whitmire y soy tu profesora. Hoy aprenderás de los mandatos informales en la cocina, como tráeme la cuchara, por favor, bate los huevos y mucho más. ¡Vámonos! Como dije antes, una de mis razones favoritas de aprender una lengua nueva es la comida. I love learning new recipes when I travel so that I can take them back home and make them whenever I want. There is nothing like a meal to remind you of your happy travel memories. So today, I'm going to teach you what you will need to know in order to give and follow a recipe. There are two ways you may get the information about a recipe. One is by reading them, like if you buy a cookbook while you are traveling and you take it back with you. In most of these books, you will find that none of the instructional verbs are conjugated, but rather they are still in the infinitive form. This is the most impersonal way to give a command in Spanish, as it can apply to any reader or listener and provides a sense of generality and is very often used in cookbooks, public signs, and other instructional formats. ¿Quieres ver unos ejemplos? Mezclar el azúcar y la mantequilla en un cuenco. Mix the sugar and the butter in a bowl. Cocinar las verduras en un sartén. Cook the vegetables in a frying pan. Hornear en un molde en el horno por 30 minutos. Bake in a pan in the oven for 30 minutes. Pero ya sabes los infinitivos, ¿no? Espero que sí. And since you already are very comfortable with infinitives, I say we move on to the second kind of command you will find in a recipe, the informal to command. This is a command that you would use for friends, close relatives, children, classmates, and even pets. The same people you address as tú instead of usted. You will also find the informal command form used in some recipes. I know when I write recipes down for myself, I use the informal commands since I'm telling myself what I need to do. And the informal command form is about as easy as it gets. Why don't you see if you can figure out the rule? Mezcla los ingredientes con una cuchara. Mix the ingredients with a spoon. Saca la mantequilla y la leche de la nevera. Take the butter and milk out of the refrigerator. Hierve el azúcar y la leche en una cacerola. Boil the sugar and the milk in a saucepan. What did you notice? The verbs are all in the third person singular, right? Well, that's it. For informal commands, simply put the verb into the third person singular. Want to try a few on your own? Just conjugate the verb in parentheses to the third person singular, and you've got yourself an informal command. How would you change batir in batir los huevos con una batidora to say beat the eggs with a whisk? Bate los huevos con una batidora. And combinar. Combina los ingredientes en una olla. Combine the ingredients in a pot. And hervir. Hervir is a stem-changing verb where the E changes to I-E. Hierve el agua en una cacerola. Boil the water in a saucepan. No está nada mal, pero claro que hay unos verbos irregulares. Hay 8 verbos irregulares para los mandatos informales. Only 8 verbs do not follow the third person singular rule, but rather have their own special forms for the informal command. Many of these verbs you have already seen several times. The first 5 are go verbs. Remember those? For these, just put the verb in the first person singular of the simple present, and then take the go off the end. Like decir, which means to say or to tell. Its yo form is digo. Take off the go, and you get the informal command, di. Dime lo que sigue. Tell me what comes next. And notice here that the indirect object pronoun me is attached to the end of the command form. All object pronouns are attached to the end of affirmative commands. Vale, el resto de los verbos irregulares de go. Poner's yo form is pongo. Take off the go and it becomes pon. Pon la mesa con un tenedor, un cuchillo, una servilleta, un plato y un vaso para agua. Set the table with a fork, a knife, a napkin, a plate, and a water glass. Tener's yo form is tengo. Take off the go and what do you have? Ten. Ten cuidado con la cocina caliente. Take care with the hot stove. Salir's yo form is salgo. Take off the go and you get sal. Sal de la cocina. Leave the kitchen. The last go verb is venir, whose yo form is vengo, and informal command form is ven. Ven aquí para batir los huevos. Come here so you can beat the eggs. The last three irregular verbs are ir, hacer, and ser. These are very irregular, and you will have to memorize their forms. Ir becomes ve. Ve a la nevera para la leche. Go to the refrigerator for the milk. Hacer becomes haz. Haz un bizcocho chocolate para la fiesta. Make some brownies for the party. And ser becomes se with a tilde above the e to distinguish it from the reflexive pronoun se. Sé una cocinera buena. Be a good cook. You also need to take into consideration that the informal command for ser, se, is the exact same form as the yo form for the verb saber, which means to know. Vale, es todo para hoy. You can practice everything you learned in this lesson at SpanishDict.com/learn. There you'll find all the picture flashcards from this lesson, along with the quizzes, the forum, and the video chat. You can find the notes for this lesson in the grammar section of the reference page under 2 commands. You can also download our video podcast from iTunes so that you can study on the go. And everything on our site at SpanishDict.com is completely free, so check it out. Until next time, hasta luego y adios.